Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Easy Beasy podcast. We love to keep it nice and easy. As always, I'm joined by the wonderful Lauren as well as my main man, Brandon. How y'all doing today?
Hello.
What's
Pretty good.
up? What's up? I'm good.
How
Guys
about
doing
you?
well?
Yes. How
Um,
are you? How are you?
everything's pretty good, especially because I noticed I just took a little peek at our YouTube channel and um we have 30 subscribers. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You
Who
know
could
what I
that? Who
mean?
who could that
Woo-hoo.
be?
You
Who
know,
could
talk to
that
us
be?
nice, talk to us nice, or don't
Mm-hmm.
talk to us at all. Okay. We're on top of the world right now. No, I'm just
What
kidding.
time
But
under
but
the
but
world?
I really appreciate every single one of you that subscribe to the channel. And for those of you
Yes.
who aren't, please go ahead and subscribe because we do this every single week on Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Um, today we have a very special guest. Um, he is a real cool guy from what we had some conversation before the show. Um, and I'm really enjoying talking with him. He has a book called The Plush Life. Um, and it's about, and if you're wondering what plush stands for, I'm just gonna read the subtitle: How to Stay Out of the System and in Control of You, How Peace, Love, Unity, Success, and Happiness Give You Life. Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes,
Um,
indeed.
I'm here with the main man, Anthony. How you doing, my man? How you doing?
How you doing, man?
Let's give
how
it
you
up.
how you doing?
Woo!
Let's give it up.
Anthony.
Let's give it up. How you doing, my man? How's your day been? How's life going? How's everything?
My day's been going good. I'm in Jersey right now.
Okay.
Came down
Okay.
after the little flood thing, check on family members and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Enjoying a little family time. Uh, just and learning how to enjoy life, like not worry about too much.
Absolutely, man. That's pretty good. I For those of you who don't know, why don't you go ahead and just tell people about your story a little bit, just so they can be acclimated. They can know a little bit about
Get
you.
a little taste.
Yeah, a little taste.
Uh, my story. I'm gonna give y'all a quick synopsis. I think that's the word.
Synopsis, yes,
Um,
man.
Yes,
Hey,
yes.
take as
I'm
much
gonna
time
give
as you
it.
want, man.
I'm gonna do shorthand now. Uh, I'm 48 years old. I decided to invest in myself, which led me down a lot of avenues to reinvent myself. So I'm from Brooklyn, New York, born and raised in
Shout
East
out
New
Brooklyn.
York.
Woo-woo.
Uh, I moved upstate, early 20s, got into a whole bunch of trouble. Did some things that the average person they think does. Uh, I'm a father of three. I've been incarcerated multiple times. Wrote this book while I was incarcerated. Just trying to find my way. Just a guy that was just trying to find his way and not let the circumstances dictate my future. So I don't know. I don't even like talking about myself. I don't even know how to talk. I don't even know how to talk about myself like that. But I'm just
I,
saying, like, I'm just somebody trying to figure out how to make it. That's it. We all people
yeah.
that's trying to figure out how to make it. I'm just someone that just chose a different lane by writing a book. Like somebody that we actually know that's tangible, that you could touch, that you could
Mm,
see, that you could talk to.
mm.
Somebody
Right.
that's like somebody
Yes.
of your own circumstances that wrote a book. Not somebody that's fortunate and just wrote a book about circumstances.
Mm.
Yeah, because honestly, a lot of people that write books, from what you can tell, is usually to make money versus to tell their story to give people an opportunity to learn from their past lives. So I do appreciate this changing scenery in the book realm.
Yes, the book is pretty good.
Yeah, it's a great just from what what the excerpts I've looked through, and I really appreciate how you kind of take a philosophical approach in a lot of the parts of the book. Things you talk about how money is impacting our society. Talk about your personal experience and how you're talking about your external and internal and eternal strength, and how you had to kind of find which ones you had to really look to and really prioritize and really, use to uplift yourself. And it's definitely something I like, stuff that makes you think, you know. It kind of bites me back a little bit, because as I've said on this podcast multiple times, the scariest stuff to me is if I'm watching a movie, horror movies don't scare me, right? Like that. I mean, it's scary, right? But the stuff that makes you think, the psychological thriller, that stuff is really, because I just, I guess my brain going, really,
Why?
really, when stuff makes you think like that. And this is definitely one of those things. I just want to ask you, how did you come about to writing a book in the first place? Like, what made you say, hey, I want to write a book? Because people nowadays, like Lauren was saying, I mean, if you say, okay, I want to write a book, a lot of the times it's okay, I just want to make money off this, or I just want to put whatever. But it feels like that you really put yourself into this and what you feel and yourself as a person. So kind
Yeah.
of what led you to that?
Yeah, Lauren.
My bad. I was saying it has a different authenticity than typical books, like I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes, yes, indeed.
It's that's the crazy thing. Like I said, it's not like we was talking about him before we came on live. It was never about the book. Honestly, I never thought of a book when I wrote this. It was like a long diary to my son. At that time, I only had one. And at that time, for clarity, I was incarcerated on a federal conspiracy rap to distribute drugs. So going to prison and thinking about writing a book was not on my mind.
You have many other things on your mind at the moment. I'm assuming.
It was definitely not, hey, you know what? I'm going to be here for a while. Let me grab a Snicker and the book. No, it was, Dad, I just started building a relationship with my son. My baby mother just moved back into the state. I got him I could take him whenever I want. Just bought him a bunk bed set, let him pick out his whole bedroom. And then bang, I go to work one day and next thing you know, the feds got you. So, and it's not like I wasn't working. This is what I'm saying. I was working. And all this, like it was not just a drug dealer or in the mix of selling drugs and then just that's my life. No, I was a painter, full-time painter, 8 hours a day. Like my life was I just never put all my eggs in one basket. Yeah. So I always had, all right, I'm gonna work legally, I'm gonna do some side hustle, I'm gonna do this, but I'm not gonna just pick one and then die on that bridge.
But honestly, that I would like to say that seems like a typical trade for a lot of Black people, because that's how my mother is. She is a hard worker, but also she does her own little side things to make extra money to support the family. That's like very typical for the culture.
Yeah, because everybody knows that 9 to 5 ain't gonna pay all these bills, man.
Absolutely not.
These prices.
Absolutely
yeah, it's a lot of pressure on everybody. So writing the book was just like it started out just me wanting to just share Like every day I went to sleep, my son, at that point, the only child I had, was all I could think about. So every night I went to sleep, I was like, yo, when I see him again, how can I explain this? And that is very important as a kid, when your father is in and out of prison and stuff like that. How do you explain that to him? So that he don't think that this is cool. He don't idolize me too much. With the music, everything, not going to jail, not right, you a gangster. How do you explain this to your son that all this is wrong? Whether I don't tell him not is a gangster on my end, in my life. In your life, I didn't do what I had to do to come home to you. People don't look at it like that. How do you, all right, cool, I'm a gangster, I'm a G. I stood 10 toes down. I did whatever the lingo is, I did it. But as a child of the person that's a gangster, I don't understand why you didn't do whatever you could to get back home to me. And that is what I wanted to make sure that I that's what came about with this book. That's how it started. That is the foundation of it. My son Dominic C. Taylor is the reason why I even thought to write. And then once I wrote that one, I just couldn't stop. It was just me reflecting on everything. So that's how I got like 4 manuscripts. This is one, and I got 3 more in the cut. Because I just was just like, it was like when you cry and you get that good cry and you could just let it out. That's what it was with the pen and the pencil. That's what it was for me. I was just crying. And then I go back and read it and like, oh shit, let me fix that, let me fix that, let me fix this. But at the end of the day, it was just me crying. I just didn't know how to cry with tears. And then unfortunate enough, during an unfortunate situation, I just knew how to just isolate myself, pick up a pencil and just think. And that's how the plush life from prison to peace. That's the key, from prison to peace. It started in prison. The prison of New York City, the prison of a childhood, prison of everything. You're a prisoner when you're born. Your parents dictate you, tell you what time to eat, tell you when to go to bed. Listen, listen, I'm just saying, people use the word prison and then look at guys that's doing bad. But in life, we all start out in prison. We all have rules. You can't drink till you're 18. You can't do this. You can't do that.
And not even just that, but as soon as you're 18, you still continue the trend. Just now it's with the government and society. It just
so it's just, my prison was really in prison. But somebody else's prison, just because I wrote about it don't mean everybody that is going through what I went through is in prison.
Right.
Some that's like 2 steps before prison. There's somebody that's like almost ready to the edge of the hill, and you just drop this book and maybe he'll realize, yo, I'm at the hill. Let me back up. I may fall. Like, I don't know. I don't know, but I didn't want my son to fall just in case I had to do 20 years. If I had to do the whole stretch and there was no Obama law, there was none of that stuff that they was fixing during Obama's term with the ratio between crack and coke. If it was none of that, 20 years would have been my final destination. And this book would have been what I wanted my son to understand about his father. Like, no matter how street I was or whatever I was doing, I never was stupid. I just made choices. And I don't want you to make choices off of my stupidity. I want you to make choices off of this.
How would you compare? Because I think that's one of the core parts of the book. But how would you kind of compare and contrast what your mind state was, what your mentality was before you went into prison, while you were there, and then after, and kind of reflecting on what you've been through? What was kind of, how did your mindset change? How did your self change? And how were you able to kind of come to where you are today, like your mentality?
There was this there was a situation that presented itself where it was blatantly obvious that the people that I was riding with only thought about themselves. There was a conversation I had with somebody I mess with who messes with everybody. So in this conspiracy, they arrested 36 people.
Wow.
Although I knew of 36 people, there was only probably like 3 that could actually reach me, that actually could talk to me at will. The rest of them couldn't even contact me, don't know nothing about me, probably wouldn't have seen me unless I was at a club. So once that process right there, and I was literally done with that whole street stuff. I was already found. I had a shorty, a girlfriend, someone I was getting to know. I was getting my son back into my life. I was contracted by my landlord. So I stepped away from a lot of the people, moved to a different town, didn't even tell the people I was messing with where I lived. So nobody knew where I lived. Mentally, I was already trying to
get out of it.
It's like that. Right before you think you're done, they grab you. That saying, yeah, that was one of those. That was one of those for sure. So prior to going to jail, wasn't so much into my way of thinking and nothing like that. But I knew that this drug thing was, I maxed out. This was it. Anything past this, I'm just looking for headaches, pain, all that stuff. When I got arrested, the transition I was making from drug dealer to dad, relationship, working for my landlord, just ripping up carpet, painting, like it was all in my thing, and all that was peace to me, all that was comfortable. And then boom, wake up one day, go to work, and my man calls me, like, yo, where you at? I'm like, I'm at work. And he's like, what are you doing at work? The Fed's is looking for you. I was like, I'm on a 40-foot ladder. I'm on a 40-foot ladder outside somebody's house with a brush painting, and I get this call. I walked down the ladder. I looked at my supervisor. I said, yo, Fed's looking for me. I gotta go. And I just left. And that was the beginning of like 48 hours, 72 hours of just everything I seen in the Fed movie, everything that I seen in the Feds, everything under the sun. I wouldn't call nobody. I wouldn't go home. Everything. And kind of find out after I turned myself in, they didn't even know where I lived.
Dang.
Oh, that's hard.
I was super tight. I spent mad money in hotels. I could have went home and been stressed at home and watched games.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, let me put on the game. You know what I'm saying? Let me at least like let me be in my crib or something like.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I didn't have to spend none of that money because they had no clue where I lived. Not only did my friends, the guys that thought they was my friends, didn't know where I lived. Not even the Feds. That's how I knew it wasn't really about me. But in that conspiracy umbrella, it's hard. There's mad factors to it that there's no way to win. Like there's no point of even going to trial with the Feds, really, unless you are 100% they can't. Like you got to make sure your life is nothing can make, because they'll use everything. So
exactly.
And they got the resources of the government. So there's nothing like, if they want you, they want you. So it was just going to jail, realizing that I was this close to being a father, possibly a husband, wife. Like, I mean, I could have been short. Me and the girl, this Fed thing just broke everything. It broke everything. Relationship with son, relationship with girl, relationship with everything. So what else is there to do when everything has been taken from you? You just look at yourself.
Rather than rebuild,
So then when I came home, it was hard. Like I said, I put out the Confessions of a Man, the Evolution of Player in 2016. I was home since 2012. So between 2012 and 2016, when I published the first book, nothing seemed. I mean, I was good, but I wasn't at peace in myself, with my situation, with my life, with where I was at that time, being home X amount of days.
Right. You can be good on the outside, but you can still not be happy on the inside.
And go ahead.
I'm going to say, you still have to look within yourself to rebuild that personal trust within yourself to not mess up again before you'll truly be comfortable.
And that's when if you only knew the coming home, I really had no faith in people. Like there was a point, like I wrote the book in 2007. I came home in 2012. I sent the book to people and told them, yo, listen, while I'm here, I got this book right here. How about you find me an editor? Like,
right.
On your spare time. I'm not asking you to spend 24 hours of your life trying to make sure I'm good. I'm just saying, do you believe in me enough that you think this could pop? And it was disappointing that the people that said they cared, it was not really a lot of, so it changed shape things, and it made me realize that I got to get outside of that. Oh, these are my peoples right here, my friends, my child friends. I can't forget them. Just think about me and what I want, because obviously they don't care about me and what I want. And that was my problem with the whole time I've been in the street, is that I care for people more than they care about themselves, let alone me. I care about a person more than they care about themselves. And that all, as I put out the first book and the book didn't do nothing, and I put whatever blood, sweat, and tears I had into it, I knew the second book would have to be done right. But at the same time, I knew that nothing I wrote in the book was something that I should veer from because nobody believed in it.
Right.
And that's what made me like, all right, I'm going to always give back. I'm going to always pay it forward. There's things I do that is so insane. Like I'll give away all my summer clothes once fall and winter really hits it. And I'll take it to New Choices, a recovery center out here, and I'll just give them everything. And then it forces me to work harder so I could get that back by the next summer. So I never give up. Listen, there's always people, like you said, there's always somebody. I realize there's always somebody that, my story sounds harsh, but there's somebody with something worse. Whether it be that, whether you're suffering from sarcoma, whether you're in the hospital for COVID, like there's somebody in a situation worse than whatever I tell you in this book. And that's just the way I like to move in life. Like I always think that I did it. I had fun. I sold drugs, right or wrong. I made money. I blew money. I partied. Now is what? What else is there to do? Do the same thing at this age? I'm not trying to be young. I'm just trying to make sure that the future is a little different. We got to do a better job as the OGs for these kids. Like we got to do a better job for my neighbor to know that their kid is protected by their neighbor. Like I don't know why I would ignore your child getting harassed or anything right next door. No, your child is my child. If somebody's harassing your child on this block, that means my child is next. We got to stick together. Like if we can't stick together, then what are we doing? Yeah, what are we doing? Like it's just, I get it. Everybody wants to just not be truthful with, I can't afford rent this week. I don't have food in my fridge. I used to knock on people's doors as a child. You shouldn't be starving next door, and I'm next door, and you can't. Your pride stop you from.
I'm gonna say, as a child, like my family struggled a lot in my childhood, but we were never comfortable enough with trusting people around us, let alone neighbors, to ask for anything except just struggle amongst ourselves. And I think that's a big problem with society nowadays, is that nobody trusts each other, and they don't believe that they can trust each other.
When I was a kid, my neighbor I get told on before I get up the block.
Yeah.
Didn't matter, white neighbor, Spanish neighbor, Jamaican neighbor. If I did something wrong, by the time my mom's got home, it was already front page news.
Yeah.
So, but that's what we need, man. With all this stuff, you gotta worry about your kids getting raped. You gotta worry about your kids getting kidnapped. You gotta worry about being black and getting shot. You gotta be worried about a woman being just like treated like trash. Like you gotta worry about being gay and getting bashed. Like you gotta worry about way too much stuff.
Yeah.
But and then we living in this one community, and we don't come outside, so we don't see nothing. We don't have to worry about it. Nah, my kid wants to play in the front, and your kid want to play in the front, and both our kids should be able to play in the front. And my kids should understand if you say, "Yo, get out the street," it's just like if I say, "Get out the street."
Right.
And we are robbing our kids of this village, of this community, of this, and we're bringing it up, putting so much on ourselves by robbing the community. We're putting it on ourselves, and then it backfires. So this book is just, I ain't afraid to tell you what I went through.
Right.
I don't think I'm less of a man. I don't think I'm soft. I don't think I'm emotional. I don't think anything. So my community should understand that if I'm willing to share this with you, let's fix this. Let's all be able to just, yo, you know why I'm bothered? Yo, your son threw some stuff in my yard. Okay, I got you, sir. Where's it at? Right there? Leave it there. Yo, son, come get this out of your yard. Like, we gotta make everybody in our neighborhood just know that, though, it ain't me versus you.
Right.
It's in the same neighborhood. It don't matter if your house is better than mine, you're still poor. Because I'm in a poor neighborhood. Like, let's get it out. I mean, just because my fridge is empty and yours is full don't mean that you live on the same block.
Right.
Listen, your fridge my fridge can be full and yours can be empty, but maybe my water bill ain't paid to this month, you know.
This is what I have,
you know, like it's so I one thing like I talk to people about a lot is like how, you know, when like our society now, and there's a point that you were making, is like we're so into ourselves and what we have going on, and like it's kind of a culture of like
self-centeredness.
It's almost a culture of lack of culture in a way, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like we're all into ourselves. There's no togetherness. There's no something that's like bringing us together. There's no consideration for other people. I mean, we can look at the pandemic. I mean, like it's really brought to the surface a lot of like people's mentality is a lot of selfishness, a lot of like, you know, thinking about themselves and owning themselves, and not like, you know, working together as a society to like bring things forward. So
make it better.
Yeah, I mean, and it's so interesting because you know, it really does start from your community. Like it really does start from where you are. Like it's, even if you feel like, you know, you don't want to, you know, deal with whatever's impacting you outside of your house, like it's still like in some way it's coming back to you. And like, you know, I'm guilty of this, you know, like trying to isolate myself from everything that's going on, because like, you know, I don't want to deal with this, or like I don't want to, but at the same time it's like, you know, like we're really all in this together, man. Like we ultimately succeed or fail,
and that's what
as a unit. Like so I mean, whether or not you can claim you're more successful or not, you know, in some way it's all coming back. So I really do think that that's one thing that, you know, more people just should think about, in the lens, like to view things through, more so through like like have a holistic approach versus like just, you know, one singularity. Like I really think that's important. So
to me it's like, do you really think that Elon Musk is happy, at peace, unified? Like, I'm just saying, like, He's that rich. You would think that he'd be at peace.
Yeah.
You would think he'd be happy.
Yeah, but money doesn't bring happiness.
And
it just brings
Yeah.
materials.
And that's what I'll be trying to explain to people is the village is always going to be a lot more happy and peaceful than if you just by yourself. Because then, all right, Jay-Z, I can take any rich person. Where they kid go to school at? Nowhere. We don't know. We'll never know. They'll never be regular.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're not happy. You happy because they painted this picture of happiness, but when you decide, yo, dad, I want to go to Brooklyn, your dad ain't going to let you go to Brooklyn, Blue. He's just not. He's just not. So, and this is what I'm saying. So, are you really happy? Are you really at peace? Did the money do everything? Yeah, but I don't need a lot of money. Like you said, if your refrigerator's empty and mine's is full, come over. I'd rather enjoy the company while we make something to eat instead of talking about, whoa, I don't know what to do with my life. Nah, come over. And that's what I'm saying. We got to get used to just finding those like that. And it's not easy. I don't expect it to be.
No, not at all.
But
Yeah.
the vibes, your vibe, there's mad times that something that happened bad to me, I had a vibe that this is just not a good thing. And you ignore it. Just like when you're around people, you get a vibe, the energy, all that shit is real. Like energy transferring of energy and all
It's
that
very
stuff
real.
is
Very
very real.
real.
So when you feel it and it don't feel good, don't question it. Don't think something wrong with you. Just, you know what? Nice to meet you. I gotta go.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that. I don't have to tell you why I don't have to go. I don't tell you that you feel negative. I don't have to say nothing. I can leave with all smiles. And we just won't never talk again. But we have to like while they're redoing the infrastructure as people who just want to be around good people. That's it for me. It's not about race. It's not about sex. It's not about gender. Just want to be around good people. I want my son to be around good people. I want to know that if my son's outside, the people next door is going to let me know if my son is disrespectful. The same way I would do the same. Like I just want us. It takes a lot of pressure off of you when you know that your son could be outside. And even if you slip up and was cooking too long, there's a neighbor that's going to make sure you don't get hit by a car, make sure nobody grab him. And that's, if I can't get that, then I'm still working. I'm on a mission.
Mm.
You just got to buy land. You ain't got to worry about rebuilding your neighborhood. Just buy some land in the west side of whatever city you live in, because the west side is always the side that got the most land. And if you don't believe me, check it out. The west side of the city is always open with some land. Yeah. And I tell you, buy land, it takes like 10 acres. You could put probably 7, 8 houses, a little cul-de-sac and everything. And that's your people. You just have your good people there. They don't have to be family, just good people, so that you know I bought this land for good people. I'll give you a discount on the purchase. And you could always include all the lights and the whole property and then make that something that's your mortgage or that's where your money goes to. Like there's so many things to make things not as complicated. I did a lot of homework, a lot of research. I am so invested in this. We Are the Village. So this book is just one of the things that I use to just see if it could help fund the village. Mm. And like 80% of this book right here is going to the village at some aspect of it. The real wise, everything. Like it's just, I'm only collecting like maybe 20% of this book sales. That's just something I never told nobody. I'm telling y'all first. I'm only collected 20% no matter what this book does.
We get in the financials, you know what I'm saying? We get in the real nitty gritty, you know what I'm saying? But no, I mean it's I definitely think it's dope. And like what one thing I want to ask though, like is that like the main thing you want people to take away from it? Like what's the one thing that people listening can really take away from it? Like, you know, like I know that's a, you know, like one thing, like what, like, but
if I had to put it in a nutshell, what I want from people to take from, but I don't even want them to take nothing. I want them to read it open-minded. That's all I can ask. Is just read this book open-minded. This is one of those books like how you would read, like how girls went crazy over Think Like a Man. Like everybody went crazy. Think like a man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Think like a man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're trying to mess these women up. But I let it go. I spoke about my opinion on this Think Like a Man, but I'm just saying, like,
no, you have to let it go.
You have
man.
to be open. You have to be open when you read my book. You have to understand that this is not about you. This is not me telling you what is universally right. This is me sharing with you my journey and what led to me viewing things in a light that allows me to accept people for who they are, races, genders, everything. Like, it's just something that, like, nobody's perfect, but nobody's the worst. Like, none of us should be treating. I shouldn't be treating y'all. All right, cool. I've been podcasting longer than y'all, so I got a right to tell y'all something. Like, that's what I'm saying. Do I get to tell y'all doing this wrong?
I mean, listen, man. We doing something wrong. Hey, let's.
I'm just saying, like, it's
but I get what you're saying, for real.
It's the same concept as the book. I'm not telling you that whatever you going through in life,
right?
Your external power, belief, that is yours. You will own that. But can you revisit this an internal one? Are you willing to visit this internal one? Are you
and maybe look at it in a different light?
Yeah, are you willing to really dissect the power of $1? Are you willing to accept that? Are you willing to even look back and see what you would have did for $1? That's it.
Yeah.
If you think about that, then my book was done. If you go in there with any of that, then the book is a success to me. I don't care how much it sells. It's a success because that's what the book is for. It's for my son. It was for my son. So it doesn't deviate from that. Editor, ghostwriter, nothing. It's still something that he should know as a black mulatto mixed man. Like, you're a mix at that, dude. I'm all like, we got to get you to understand the world as you gonna see it. I'm not black and white.
Yeah. It's
you understand what I'm saying? Like, so that's another hurdle people don't think about. Mixed relationships. You got to talk to them. There's not mad people don't respect this mixed relationship stuff. He should know how to encounter those people. He should know how to encounter people that do accept it. He should know how to walk through all these people and never care one bit about what they say. Oh, look at you. You look like a little tiger. Come here. Let me show you something. They can't see you, but let me show you. Look. Oh, look at my little man.
Hey.
Okay, little man.
It all comes full circle. You know.
Yes.
That's what it's about.
Special guest moment on the EasyBZ podcast.
We got two guests today.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he jumps in on my podcast. Listen. This is what we doing. We're working and we're being parents and we're being family members. I don't got time to hide that from you. When you're ready to walk in, he's gonna walk in, and I can't tell him no because I'm talking.
And that's what's good about being real, honestly.
Yes.
For real.
Go
ahead.
Okay, thank you. I did have another question of how did you come up with the PLUSH acronym?
I read a lot in prison. I read a lot. Hold on 1 minute. Can I give? I gotta use the bathroom really bad.
It's okay.
Oh, go ahead. We'll be plotting something while you're gone. Just don't worry about it. But when you come back, you'll know. All right. So while my main man is over there taking care of his business, let's come over here and let's talk about some things real quick, right?
Okay.
Brandon, do you want to go ahead and you know what I'm saying, spit some hot fire for us real quick?
Or why not?
Let's do it.
Yes, sir. So basically, everything he said, a unit. If we could run as a unit, it's the best way to do it. You know, me, if losing my vision. If I try to do this all by myself, I wouldn't have got the training. I wouldn't be able to walk the streets with a cane. I wouldn't know how to use this technology. I wouldn't even have the job I had now if I didn't have a unit. But once I started to build my relationship with people in the blind and the visually impaired world, like, so that's how you do it. Oh, that's how you do it. So after I gain information from them, they get information from me. We both gaining resources. Like, if you need something, I got you. If I need something, I got you. So like with me and Dazi, like, yo, you need some help real quick? Yeah. So all right, I got you. Brandon, you need something? Oh yeah, I got you. Same thing for all of us. This podcast, like I said, wouldn't be here if all of us didn't like become a unit and really understand. It's like if Lauren needed something, I got her. Like, you know,
if Lauren needs something, I don't got her, bro. Lauren, you're on your own, lady. Right?
Nah.
You're on your own, lady. Brandon, I got.
This is your perspective. This is Brandon's perspective. If he wants to help me, he can.
No, he can, but I won't be there, honestly.
And then I mean, this is like how would our podcast be if we didn't help each other? You know, even though it's jokes, our podcast is.
Oh, sorry, many apologies. Never.
Absolutely not. I was just telling Lauren how we should all work together as a unit, and we should all just, you know, we should really respect one another. And I told her I will help her out anytime she needs help. I'll help her out, you know. No, that's Cap. I was talking trash. My bad. It came. But no, Lauren. No, for real. I really, it's so funny how we're talking about being, you know, moving as a unit and really thinking of having that mentality. And we're coming together on here, you know, to create something to deliver to the people, whether you're watching at home, you know what I'm saying, chilling on your couch, whether you're in the car, wherever you're listening to this. I really, I'm in where I am. I'm literally sitting in a closet where all my clothes are. You know what I'm saying?
Don't worry, man. You can come out anytime you need.
Listen, I will take you up on that anytime. Not today though, but anytime. I got you. But no, it's definitely dope to kind of come together and deliver this, and it's we appreciate having you on here, because it seems like you're a very knowledgeable guy,
indeed.
So that should come into play a little bit later.
So no sneak peek, sir. So you're just gonna have to wait.
You know. But now we'll get into some quick news real quick before we get into what we got to get into.
Yes, before we go, welcome to a 90-minute race that Brandon has. Welcome back to Catching Up with That Blind Guy. So let's start it off. Texas. Did y'all guys hear about that new abortion law where you cannot have an abortion after 6
weeks? It's an L. I'm sorry, Texas, you took an L.
Yeah, and what's odd? A little birdie just told me on the webpage, it seems to be 666 logs. Have you heard that number before? I think so. Episode 2 in our podcast?
That's a throwback for y'all. Episode 2. Go check that out. That was the topic of conversation. Lord remembers.
So now, also, you know, this big old storm coming out, Hurricane Ida, you know, going up to Louisiana, probably the second most strongest storm that has hit recently in that state. Yep. So
prayers up for everybody.
Prayers and healing goes to them. Now, also with this, I believe I am missing something, but I already forgot. But let's go on. But hey, if you're a Drake fan, you know, you're a certified lover boy. Shout out to Drake with that new album. No, dropping.
I listen. I know Lauren listened. Lauren loved it, right?
Yeah.
Album of the year for you, right?
Big psych.
Big psych? Oh, I'm sorry.
Listen to it.
Yes. And with that, my game is over. You know, womp womp womp.
Hey, that's a little piece of the news for y'all, just to catch up.
Yes.
My main man. Now, we had a little conversation before, and I think y'all know what's coming up. I think y'all know what's about to happen. This guy over here said, "It doesn't matter what y'all ask me about. It doesn't matter. I got this. I'm confident in myself, And you know what? I love that energy because
it's like Joe Lopez when he says, "I got this."
this, you know. So we're gonna see how much he's got it
Alright.
Yes.
on this episode.
Do
you know what you're saying?
saying?
And we have a new theme for the show. Not susceptible for copyright. You gotta love it.
Yes, and
Right.
guess who? You can thank me for this production.
Yeah, appreciate you, Brandon. All right, so we're going to be asking a few questions from my main man. The way this works is we will give you 10 questions. You have 3. No, you have 2 lifelines and you have 2 strikes. If you get
Yes.
2 questions wrong, you're out of strikes. You have 2 lifelines. You can either ask the chat for assistance or you can ask us for him. Or you can turn in those 2 lifelines for a Google search. So, plenty of options to choose from.
I do wish you luck as long as Adaze gives you the correct, topic. So.
Someone over here is salty because when she did this, we gave her geography and it didn't go that well. So
Yeah.
I don't know why she chose geography. It will always baffle me. Like why?
The gaslighting.
Why she always? So we'll see what you made of. Today we're gonna ask you about a little game we like to call chess. Hey, chess not checkers, right? Everyone says that.
Check.
But we gonna see what's really chess not checkers. We're gonna see what that really means today. Okay, are you ready, my man?
I'm ready.
All right. Question number 1. How many pieces are there in each set of chess? I'm not going to give you any answer choices for these questions, by the way. So it's a little bit harder than it usually is. But how many pieces are there in each set in chess?
$16.
Oof. 16. Is that your final answer?
Yeah. You said each like a black set and a white set, right?
In each set, yes.
Not all together.
In each set.
Yeah, 16.
All right. That is. Can I find it? Okay, there it is. Correct. I had to look for it for a second. I had to look for a second. All right, that is correct. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Some slight. Okay. Now, there have been complaints that this show is potentially rigged. And I just want to say I take offense to that. I don't see what on earth. It's not like we have a track record of rigging this or anything. So I don't know what y'all are talking about. So
it's only been like what, almost 20 episodes. I guess.
So yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. But listen, he's got one right so far. So we're so far so good, right?
Yeah.
I definitely didn't talk to y'all.
Yeah, no rigging event. No, we're talking about rigging it against you. I'm sorry. I forgot to let you know that what's at stake here.
Oh, God.
Is
if you win, sir.
If you win, you get
be our 3rd champion.
Yes.
Third champion, and you will receive 1 million respect points. We'll give you lots of respect,
I'll take the million respects. That's
okay. You know what I'm saying?
That's 3 million from all 3 of y'all, right?
Ooh.
I just want to make sure I get 3 mil. If this ain't for 3 mil, then I don't want it.
Ooh.
I've
never seen someone come on.
Respect of all of y'all.
Yeah. This guy is flipping the switch.
Right now.
I've never seen someone come on a game show and negotiate with the host about what the prizes are.
Hold on. We did have one person who did this to us.
But this is, I don't know. He's making a very compelling argument here. And I think we should. Okay.
I at least got to get 2 for the B and the Z.
Ooh, he's
Wow.
spitting. He's spitting.
I'm
He's
just saying.
spitting. He's spitting.
Lauren, I want that meal too. So I'm not leaving you out of this. We're gonna include the women.
I don't know.
That means I get 3 million.
No.
3 million respect points, and I will go proceed with whatever else y'all. Let me stop. Go ahead. Let's go.
Let's do it. I love it. Let's do it. All right. We up the stakes to 3 million respect points.
Ooh. Your first champion plus play for 3 million.
It's fair since we know we're not giving you. I didn't want to make it too easy. He said anything you give me is too easy. So I'm like, all right, you don't need any answer choices then. You don't need any of that. So it's okay. It's okay. You got this. All right. Question number 2. What is the weakest chess piece? What is the weakest?
There's no weakest chess piece. There's just weak.
I don't know. I mean, that's a good philosophy to have, but there is an actual answer here. So,
all right. So if I gotta give you an actual answer, I probably would say, "Dag." It's either one of those two.
Talk it out. You got time.
I would say the bishop.
Ooh, the bishop. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That answer is, like to keep suspense here. That answer is, it's incorrect. The answer we were looking for is pawn.
That's what I thought.
I'm going to argue that one, just not for us, not for the point. I want to state a fact. Okay. If the bishop makes it across, first of all, the bishop will only go in one direction, one angle. Can't never leave that color. A pawn could travel across the board and then grow into whatever piece you want it to be. Very true. Whoever put this out there, I'm just letting you know they wrong.
Yeah, I think he's right.
I'll take the L for this one. I respect the rules, but the bishop can't do nothing. The rook is probably the next to the bishop when it comes to the weakest pieces. Unless you call it king.
I kind of agree with him because I used to play chess a lot too when I could ever see. The pawn, it moves in all directions, but the bishop, it can only move to one.
All right,
but when they teach you about chess, they do claim that pawns are the lowest, unfortunately.
Yes, and plus it is in the front.
They teach you that poor people and black people are the lowest.
Hey, listen, he spit. He's spitting, man. I feel like what I feel like.
I'm just saying.
I feel like he's not gonna get any questions wrong because he's just gonna make an argument as to why he's correct, and it's just gonna be so good that we just gonna have to give it to him. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you call the great debaters. You gotta be able to debate, man. It's not about whether you're right or not. Your theory just gotta sell.
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm one for one.
You're one. Okay, let's
one
deliberate.
For one. We're gonna stick with your rules.
We're gonna stick with our rules. Okay.
I'm just passing insight to the next chess player.
Okay.
Like don't believe that don't believe the pawns is the weakest when they could turn into a queen.
It's like when they teach you something. When a teacher teaches you something, we literally talked about this last week. When a teacher tells you, okay, this is what they want on a standardized test, but I'm just telling you that's not correct. In real life stuff. Yeah. That's what I would be if I was a teacher. I'd be like, listen, I'll put down answer D, but it's really not answer D. It's really A. Because
I would just tell anybody stand around some people that actually play chess and see if they give up all their pawns to keep all the other pieces. Because I gave up horses. I give up a queen because I know that a pawn could get me a queen back. So I got to protect my children.
This man spits in.
All right, but your next question. We ain't gonna. I'll be back on your show and tell you what we can play around with all the word plays.
All right.
Right now, we're gonna go to your next question.
Let's go to this next one. Hopefully, this one has a more straightforward answer. Question number 3 is a pretty simple one. How many squares are there on a chessboard?
I should have thought. I should have known that. I should have been doing the math to that as soon as you told me. All right. So if you do it by process elimination, that means 16 squares. That's 2 rows. That's the black. 16 squares. That's 2 rows. That's the white. If I'm not mistaken, that leaves 2, 4, 8.
You can use Lifeline if you're not 100%
and
sure.
16 is 30, 60, 64 squares.
Ooh, he just took us to math class. 64. Is that your final answer?
Whew.
Final answer.
64 is correct.
All right, great math, sir. Give you props.
Give you props, man. Shout out to all the math teachers out there. You guys were definitely my favorite.
Definitely mine too.
Yeah, definitely.
In both worlds.
Yeah. Hey, man. Absolutely.
That's a universal class that you gotta have.
Yeah. All right. Question number 4. How you feeling so far?
I'm feeling great. This is
feeling
fun.
great. Now I might throw you a little. The questions might turn up a little bit in difficulty.
I don't know.
All right, so we're gonna have to see. Maybe
right.
This is easy for you. I don't know.
Easy.
We'll have to see. Easy peasy. No pun intended. Question number 4. Why is the rook called the rook in chess? I will give you this question if you can tell me where the word originated from. You don't have to tell me the original word or the meaning of the word. You can give me the meaning of the word, you can give me the original word, or you can give me where the word originated from. You can give me any of these.
The
But
rook.
why is the rook called the rook in chess?
That's
What is I think the better way to phrase this is what is the origin of the name? That's
rook.
a better way to phrase this question.
That's a good one. That one I probably don't have an answer to. I'm not even going to play. I'm not even going to waste our times with this question. The rook. I know it's the castle, which I understand the castle. The rook was never. I never understood that myself, to tell you the truth. Got the bishop, got the queen, got the knight. I never understood the rook. So I'm going to default.
You're going to use Lifeline?
I'm going to ask y'all.
Okay.
I'm going to ask y'all for a hint or something.
Okay.
Instead of you. I go to y'all.
Okay. You can ask us for a hint. Now, you decided to use one of your lifelines.
Yep.
I will tell you this. It's another, you can give me another word for Iranian or Iran, where Iran is located. This is maybe not necessarily exactly correct, but the area, the people. What's another word?
For Iranians?
Yes. This may not be technically correct. This may not be technically correct.
I'm about to say America is wrong. They just keep changing people's names.
May not be technically.
There's another
but
word
in this
for
region,
Iranian?
this region. Okay, I'll make it even. I'll give it.
The only thing I can think of is Pakistan.
I'll give you. I was gonna give you a hint, but that doesn't help you there. Think of. Okay, there was a movie. And the movie was based off of a video game, I think. And it was called The Prince of Blank. Yeah, you see it now. Y'all see it now. Okay.
Okay.
Y'all got it. Okay.
The Prince of...
Was it the
Darkness?
Child movie?
This is a read. You can it describes the people.
The Prince of Darkness. I don't know what that.
Shut up, Ozzy Osbourne, man.
All right.
I'll pass on this one. I'm not gonna get it.
Let's give him a hint.
Let's give him one because we this is basically a freebie, so we're having fun with this. Okay.
The childhood spirituality movie, right?
This is the one with Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't know if y'all remember this movie.
I definitely don't.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm out. I'm back
You
to
said-
I don't even know Jake unless he's from State Farm.
Ooh.
All right, thank you for calling State Farm. May I speak to you?
Yeah, listen. Hey, that might be your third lifeline. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. With the answer to this question?
All right, you said.
Yeah, I want the answer. I want y'all to help me. Tell me the answer. I don't give up. I don't even want to know. What's the name for a rook? What's the origin of that?
So you said it's a video game, right?
All right. We will give this to you. Okay. And I will give you the answer. All right. You could have said three things. You could have said, and I lost the question. Great. Thanks. Thanks, quiz. I genuinely lost the question. Okay. Let me find it. This is embarrassing.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. You could have said three things. You could have said Persian. Persian was one of the things you could have said. The word R-U-K-H, rook. I don't know if that's how you say it in the language, but it's spelled R-U-K-H. And it means chariot. It means chariot. So we will give that to you. We will say you got that one.
Nah, don't give
correct.
Me that one. I would have never got that correct.
Yeah, that's
I don't even agree with the word rook being a chariot. Like rook, that has nothing to do with a chariot. It's a castle. Hey. But I'm not here to break down none of that. So I'm gonna say I got that wrong. I'm gonna be a trooper. I got that wrong.
But we'll give it to you.
But I learned
we gave it to you.
Absolutely.
I learned something though.
All right, so you have one strike left. You have one lifeline left. You can ask the chat for assistance, and we will relate to you what the chat is saying.
The chat will be next. I got YouTube open. I'm watching us on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
That's a great subscriber right there.
Question number 5. When did the first chessboard appear?
I feel like that was a low.
You wasn't playing when you said you got tough.
Yeah, listen, man.
You wasn't playing. I should have never put chess on the email.
Okay. You can give because again, I will say typically we do have answer choices. Right? I
told you I was freestyling.
Typically we do. So I'm gonna be more lenient here. All right. You can give me the continent that chess first appeared on. This website claims where they claim it first appears.
All right, hold up. The rook is spelled R-U. How you spelled that again? Because
R-U-K-H or R-U-H.
I never knew that. That's how it was spelled. One.
That's the
Persian
root.
All right, because you asked me about Persian. You said that was you said, all right, so I'm going to assume Persia is in, if I'm not mistaken, India. Persians, Indians. No disrespect to anybody watching. I'm doing some mental out.
It's the thought process. I appreciate you walking us through your thought process.
I'm gonna say India is where it originated at.
So you will say the continent of Asia. Is that your final answer?
If that's the continent, I guess. Yes, it is. I said India. I said India.
Lauren. Lauren, I know you're loving this geography we've come back to. I know you've just you
bring good memories.
I know you're just bringing back great memories. I know you love this.
I'll say India because you led me into Persia with the last question. So I'm going to stick with that continent or that place because it all seems like chess was the key word and Persian popped up, which leads to India, which leads to my final answer.
Okay.
Okay.
That answer is incorrect.
Incorrect.
They say the modern chessboard originated in Europe.
Where did that game originate?
In 1090.
Where did the game originate? Because the board,
that's a different thing.
The board don't come without the game.
Absolutely. They say the modern chessboard. I'm not sure what it looks like before. But,
modern chessboard.
The old one looked like it was made in the dirt.
They just drew lines. They just drew lines in the dirt, and they was like,
"All right, doing this. All right, I got another one wrong. I'll take it.
Okay, you got question number 6.
I just did a quick Google search though. Chess did originally originate in India.
Yes. So you know what? We'll give that to you because that question is kind of weird. I can't even lie. We will give that to you, not even out of whatever, but literally because it's come on.
Yeah.
This man even said India. Yeah. So we will give that to you.
Yeah, so no strikes. I mean, you still have 1 strike.
You still have 1 strike. You still have that 1 lifeline. You want question number 6, I want to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 6. What is another name for the game of chess?
Life.
Before it was called the game of blank.
I'm gonna say this because it's a comedy one that just came to my head. The Game of Thrones, and that's just me saying that to be funny. Give me a minute, man. Oh man, the game of chess.
I feel so bad. We didn't get this man any answer. If we gave you answer choices, I feel like you'd be killing me right now.
Before the game of chess, before. Say the question again. I need to hear it one more time.
All right. What was
the game of chess before?
What was chess also called before? It was called the game of blanks.
I swear, I'm leaning with thrones. Man. I do. Because when you think about chess, you think about the queen. She's on a throne. You think about the king. He's on a throne. And then I think of Wu-Tang.
shout out Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang.
Oh, hold up, man. Oh, I can't think of it. Hold up. Game of Thrones, it will be my final answer. I can't think.
Oof.
Oh, I don't know. I like the Thrones, man. I don't even lie. I do.
That is.
Hold up, man. Give me a minute. Don't y'all final answer me.
Incorrect.
I got 1 lifeline, right?
Oh, yeah, incorrect. Oh, yeah, you got 1 lifeline.
Oh, the Game of Thrones was a joke. I was just saying that.
Okay.
Because that's what came to my head.
Okay. Lock in your final answer. Lock in your final answer. I don't wanna lock in.
All right, Game of Thrones, Wu-Tang.
I'll give you 20 seconds.
20 seconds. Game of chess. They stole it from India, so I don't even know. I'm scared. I don't even know a Persian name. I can't think of it.
You've definitely said it already.
I did?
Yes. In passing.
That
that's why I was killing me right now.
I don't know.
All right. The answer is Game of Kings. Game of Kings.
Oh, I would have never thought that.
You said when I think of the queen, the king.
Oh, yeah, I was like, that's when you said you did give it. Yeah, you did give a little hint there.
Oof, man.
I mean, my process is right.
Absolutely. Just know you didn't give the exact word, but
I don't know why they were. Well, I guess 2 kings is their game.
Okay.
Manipulating people. Yeah, it works.
Question number 7. You have one lifeline.
Oh, Brandy hit me up. She put Chaturanga. That's some real political stuff, Brandy. I'm pretty sure they was just talking about. She said I didn't see that. Yeah, I didn't see. Well, whatever. Game of Kings. It's cool with me.
Okay.
I'm good at the game. Period.
Hey, there you go.
There you go.
Question. You're actually very close to the end. I can't even lie to you. Question number 7.
Yeah.
Yes, it does it.
All
Please
right.
learn how to count.
I really don't know how to count math, guys. Please stay in school. Question number 7.
That didn't help you.
We're just roasting me today. It really didn't. What is this? Which is now again? This is what is claimed to be. Let's think about what the common answer is here. Which is the strongest piece in chess?
See, this is all based on interpretations, and this is
The general answer. If someone was
the
just
general
to
answer would
claim,
be the general answer would be the queen.
is that your final answer?
Yep.
That is correct.
Woo!
Woo! We listen. Hey man, I've been sweating this whole game, man. This is pretty intense. I can't lie to you.
And imagine playing chess with him.
This is a game of chess in and of itself. And you are 3 questions away from getting 3 million respect points. All the marbles are on the table, my friend. How are you feeling so far?
I'm good.
All right. You have 1 lifeline left. No stress.
At least I know I got Brandy online for this one.
Question number 8. What is the last move in chess called?
The last move?
The last move.
It's called mate.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is correct. Ooh, checkmate.
Yes, sir.
And this man is about to reach that point in here in a second. We have 2 more questions left, 1 lifeline. Question number 9. Oof. Man, I don't want to ask this question because I'm like, how would anybody know this? Okay. This is a regular difficulty. This is pretty difficult, but you'd be able to answer this. Which country has the most chess grandmasters?
No, it's crazy. That's something I never cared about, so I really don't have no idea about it. But if I had to pick,
you got to think where all the grandmasters, where you've seen them from.
I would. There's so many good players.
You have a lifeline.
I still want to say I hate lifelines, but I'm gonna use it because y'all giving me it. This is the last question or not?
No, this is the second to last question. Now,
Right,
I will say this.
I got 1 lifeline. I'm using it for my last question.
Wait. Hold on. In order to keep the suspense, we never let anyone use the lifelines on the last question. So if you're going to use a lifeline,
this would be the time.
This would be the time.
All right, let me reconsider what I just was thinking.
I forgot to let you know that, but we never let you. So
all right, so I'm not gonna use my lifeline on this one. I'm not using no more lifelines, man. I see that my theories and the lifelines and the facts all don't match up. Nothing lines up. So I'm gonna freestyle the last ones, and I'm gonna say, as much as I would like to say China, because of all the Wu-Tang shit and the chess boxing, I'm just not gonna say that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go with probably America's number 2 threat, Russia.
Oof. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is correct. All right.
Aye. Hold on. So this comes to message now. Hello, sir. You have now reached question number 10. You could be the first champion of the Easy Peasy podcast to win. Do you know what you're saying? With 3
3
million
million
respect points.
respect points.
Do you feel the pressure? I think you do, sir. The game is now.
Nah, he just had to build the suspense. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I appreciate that. But this man said to us, pressure is what he lives in. He loves the pressure. It all comes full circle, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna take your word for it, my good man. All right. Now, this is a tough one. I can't lie to you. All right. Question number 10 is for all the marbles. In many languages, what does the pawn mean? What is the meaning of the word pawn? You have 3 possible answer choices.
The meaning of the word pawn.
It is, and I will say this, it is, think, I will give you one hint because again, you have no answer choices. So that's why I'm being a little, but
a little generous.
Yeah, he's being generous.
It is, think of the olden days. Think of what people did in the olden days, or what people's roles were in the olden days. Think of the region that this is. Think of what people did in that region. I don't know if I'm steering you off course, if I'm steering you right on track. I don't know. I'm just throwing these things out there.
I'm kind of like, all right, pawn. If I go off
you can give 3 choices. If you get one of them, you are correct. Because there are 3 choices here.
There's 3 choices?
Yes, that you could choose from. You can give 3 of them. If you get one of them, you are correct.
All right, so let me go through my little out loud thinking. It works for me.
Okay.
So pawn. When I'm playing chess, you look at pawn as someone who's weak, does as you wish, does your bidding, moves as you tell him to. Definitely sounds like China.
No, I'm not asking. I'm not asking for the origin of the word, so you don't have to give me a Chinese.
Nah, listen, I'm just doing some mental stuff in my head real quick. Don't disregard anything that I say out loud. I will not tell you.
All right, man. You got to walk us through the process. Please.
So basically,
at least everybody know it. There's a process. It's not me just sitting here making up stuff.
So basically, he's trying to think it out.
Yeah, I gotta think it out loud. Like what goes with pawn. Then when you look at everywhere where people treat people like pawns, everything is in life. Chess is really life. So the pawn, if I had to say anything about this pawn that this chess board created, that's so segregated. The pawn. So when I was in the streets and we did the pawn thing, these are the guys that you put in front of you while you sit there and you articulate your attack, which means they would be like what they used to call the military ones that hit the ground running. The first man's on the line. First line of defense, infantry, First men to die. Yeah, I would say like an infantry. Like a pawn would be, to me, symbolizes or whatever infantry. Like the people that first line, the people that the scouters, the ones that go out there, and if they make it back, they get to tell you what's ahead, type thing. So I'll go with infantry if that's one of the words. Infantry.
Okay.
Am I saying it wrong? Like military infantry.
I get what you're saying. So okay.
And that would probably be my final answer.
Ooh, you don't want to give us a second and a third. That's your final answer.
That's my final. We're here not to play too many games.
Woo!
Pressure.
Woo!
I told y'all.
This man don't play. All right. Now, I'm gonna have to deliberate.
All right.
Okay. Because I'm gonna deliberate with the judges a little bit, meaning myself, because I don't want to say it out loud. But I want to look up this word you're giving me.
Oh, infantry.
All right.
Am I using it right?
Okay.
It's
No, that was a fine answer.
word,
That was a
right?
fine answer, right? That was a fine answer.
Yeah, it's the final.
I want to make sure I'm not
used it right.
I want to make sure I didn't misinterpret what you're saying.
No, that's my final answer. And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. You ain't gonna get me to get off my thing. This is the last one. I can't even call nobody. Yes, infantry. Infantry is it. I'm not second guessing it. I'm not thinking of a third word. That's my final answer. I will go with it. Let me know if I did good.
All right. You know what's crazy? Infantry is another word for foot soldier.
Yeah.
And foot soldier is a correct answer, my man. You,
Who's
my
banging?
friend,
Hold on. I got this.
are successful, and you have won.
I got this. Anthony, congratulations. You are a true champion, a true knight of honor to the game. You will be my new king. You will be the newest knight. You will hold the sword of Excalibur as you slice through the game. Or do you know what you're saying? Because you
Absolutely great job.
just
Man.
won 3 million. Free respect points.
Yeah, as long as I can up the ante for the person that follows me, make sure that they get more millions. That's all I'm here for. Thank you very much.
that was actually kind of crazy. I can't lie. The fact that you gave that answer, you talked us through your thought process and you gave that answer. That's really crazy. The other two, you could have said, or a peasant or a farmer.
That's what I thought.
But the fact that you said,
that's
yeah.
what I thought.
But the fact that you said
or a farmer,
yes, those were the other two. But the fact that you said foot soldier, infantry, like specifically, that's crazy.
Because of the street life. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's the art. Yeah. The average person that's doing any type of thing in life, whether you're an employee, whether you anything, you're always going to be looked as infantry, foot soldiers. So it's only when you decide to, and that's why I said only foot soldiers could become kings. Kings can't become foot soldiers.
All right, so, with those words, man.
So pawn is really, we the people are really not as weak as they might want people to believe.
Absolutely. I really appreciate you for coming on here.
Yes.
As we always do with any guests, we would like to roll out the red carpet for you, my friend. So in this camera, that camera, it's so funny because you have a camera on you. Usually we don't. So it's kind of ironic. But yeah, that camera. Please tell the people where they can find you, where they can find your channel, your book, everything. Where can the people find you, my man?
All right. This is my weakest point of the interviews. I'm a freestyler. This all comes with premeditated stuff. So what I remember off the top of my head is you can find me at Real Wise TV, YouTube, You can find me at Talking Real 1000 YouTube. You can find me at Poppy_lady on Twitter. And you can find me at Poppy_J73 on Instagram. And you can find me on Facebook, Anthony J. Gonzalez. Wasn't gonna make it too complicated for people. Want to shout out. I mean, you can find me. You can find me through Easy Beezy. They got they got ties with me now. Like, you can find me. I'm easily accessible. I prefer the Instagram. If you are going to try to contact me for anything, I do not do or follow many of the other ones. I'm working on finding somebody to do it for me. And I just want to shout out Easy Beezy because this was the most fun I had on the podcast in a very long time.
That means a lot, man. We really appreciate
that
it.
means a lot. That really means that hits at the heart.
This was bad fun. I like the energy here. And like I said, it's never really about me. So Easy Beezy, y'all my top, y'all in my top 5 right now.
Oof. We on the Mount Rushmore right now. Gotta love it.
Oh man.
Oh, period.
Oh, Real Wise. Oh, Brandy just texted me. You can find me at realwiseproductions.com.
Okay.
Shout out to her too. Shout out to Brandy.
All right,
shout out to Brandy. She stays on top of it. She's not just only a partner, but a great supporter. Between her and Wise, they balance me out. I'm a little off the edge sometimes, but it's kind of like y'all. Like our dynamics kind of like y'all's. Like everybody brings their own unique thing. Other than that, I have nothing else to say about myself. Let's change the subject and get off of it.
All right.
I am not a self-promoter. I'm very terrible.
Hey, listen, we let you if there's any time to plug, you know what I'm saying? That's the time, you know. I really appreciate you coming on. Appreciate Brandon and Lauren, as always, coming on to the podcast as well. This has been...
I have no choice. I'm being held hostage.
No, you're not. Don't tell them that. Listen. Don't tell them. That's supposed to be secret, all right? If you guys can find us on YouTube, if you're listening to us live, really appreciate you. If you're watching us afterwards, we gotta love y'all. Shout out to y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that, and keep it easy and beasy.